Now, there have been a lot of questions about whether Caicedo or Kopama are world class or not. This really gets to me. Like, how can you be watching these guys? How can you watch Caicedo and Palmer week in, week out, and then still question whether or not they are world class? And these are the same people who argue, tooth and neck that the likes of
Because I felt like
Foden,
the year
the
before,
likes
you could
of
rightly question
all
him as
these
underwhelming.
guys,
He's been one of the best defensive midfielders in the world.
Ruiz,
all
And
these
he's
guys are
almost
world
like,
class.
as I was saying earlier,
Guys
the
that,
talks of his
Palmer, when
feet
it
never
comes
even
to
get
pure
spoken about again. I
talent,
think that's a
he's
testament
miles ahead
to
of
how
them.
well he's been performing. And
Probably
when he's
maybe
not in
they've
that
been
Chelsea
doing it
team,
for a
how
longer
different he
period
looked,
than
even though he's been
Palmer
barely
years,
out of it
but
this
Palmer,
season. But for
since
me, he's
he made that
consistent,
move to
he's
Chelsea, he
reliable,
has not
physically
slowed down.
strong. I think technically very
He
underrated.
had a blip, he
Caicedo's
had a
been
dip,
good.
like
Exactly.
every other person.
I don't remember seeing watch Caicedo and
Yeah,
think, wow, I'm watching one of the best defensive.
world
Like,
class.
he's good.
Since
He's a
he
good
made that
player.
move
I
to
just don't think he's
Chelsea.
100 million.
I think Caicedo, on the
pounds.
other
I
hand,
think he does a job that's worth 60.
They needed that position to be filled in. He's arguably one of the most complete players in that position in world football right now.
But you could get a player like
and then he made that
Caicedo
move
for
to
a lot
Chelsea,
less
and of
money.
course,
150
there
million.
were so
You know,
many things
there are
that
players
really
available out there
Or at
that
least
could
they do it the role that they're
really doing, yeah,
settling
100%.
in.
That could
He
have done
didn't-
what
he didn't
Caicedo's done for Chelsea
participate
this
in any
season
preseason
for a lot
because
cheaper.
his
For
transfer
115
was
million,
dragged on for so long.
have Chelsea
And then, of course, he
got a
had
good
that
return out of that?
camel against.
Well, he's only been there 2 years.
I'm just saying. No.
West Ham.
No,
It was a disastrous cameo, and since then, the guy towards the end of the season, the guy, became the Caicedo that we are seeing now, the Caicedo that we saw at Brighton. And people like to talk about whether he dominates games or not. Like, I heard that from Postcodes, and I was disappointed because as a professional, somebody has played football for a very long time. Until recently, the likes of Busquets, Rodri, this kind of, deep line playmakers that can actually dictate the tempo of the game and all of that. It was the job of a defensive midfielder was to break play, like start counter attacks, play from the back quickly and all of that. And Caicedo does that. And a lot of people even forget how technically good the guy is. Long passes, short passes, ball recoveries. He can play as an inverted right back. And when you watch him play for Ecuador, Caicedo is more advanced. He plays like a box-to-box. He provides assists, he scores goals. So I don't know what this is all about. Is it pure football analysis or is just pure hate towards Chelsea and Chelsea players? Because you cannot blame Caicedo's price tag on Chelsea or the player, because the reason why Chelsea's transfer with Brighton lasted for that long was because Chelsea was holding down for a price under 100 million pounds. And Brighton were insistent. They wanted 100 million until Liverpool jumped into the transfer bid and bidded, an amount that was way more what Chelsea was offering. In fact, they agreed a deal with Liverpool for, I think, 110 million pounds or 110 million pounds. And Chelsea was forced to go higher than that. So if you are saying you can actually get players for that amount for a price that is way less than that who can do that job, then of course I'm here to wait. I'm waiting. You can mention them. Because everybody was shouting. I myself was talking about Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz, and João Neves, and then Caicedo went there and just made them look ordinary. So you can't look at those kind of performances and then still talk about Caicedo not being world class because he's at Chelsea, and Chelsea have not really gone back to the levels that they were in the past. Caicedo literally made Bruno Fernandes look ordinary in that 1-0 win where Cucurella scored that winning goal. And he has been doing that for long, even when every other Chelsea player was on par or was below par and everything. He did that in the Conference League final against Real Betis. So, I don't understand. Caicedo's price tag should be blamed on Liverpool. They are the ones who inflated that price tag. If you are talking about Enzo Fernandez, I will get it because Chelsea had two options, either to buy Enzo Fernandez for his release clause or to walk away. And they chose to buy anyway. So, but Caicedo's price tag was going to be at most 100 million pounds. and then a lot of people, and then Liverpool jumped in and made the whole thing about themselves and all of that, and then suddenly we are blaming Chelsea, blaming Caicedo, underrating his performances because of a price tag. Come on, the man just won Chelsea 2 trophies. 2 seasons of being at Chelsea, a Chelsea that was utterly destroyed when the Russian Ukraine war started, and Chelsea had to sell. Abramovich had to sell, and we've been shaky since then. Caicedo came first season, finished 6th, and because of Manchester United winning the FA Cup, Chelsea had to drop to the Conference League. They still went on and won the competition, and they are back in the Champions League, won the FIFA Club World Cup. Nobody is talking about all these other guys that have gone to big clubs for a huge amount of money and have not done anything, have not won anything. Caicedo was voted the 3rd best player in that tournament, behind Kopama and Vitinha. So I don't know how you guys, analyze all these things, but come on.